Susanna Hoffs is far more than just an 80s rock icon. While her timeless beauty has captivated fans for decades, her real power lies in her artistry. Hoffs isn't merely a magnetic performer with a hypnotic stage presence. She's a gifted songwriter and a vocalist whose voice could fill an arena. This isn't just another celebrity biography, it's an exploration of the life and legacy of a woman whose talent and charm continue to inspire generations. The not-so-secret life of Susanna Hoffs. For old time's sake, delves deep into the creative soul behind the rock and roll persona, revealing the woman beyond the fame. Susanna Hoffs was never your typical Hollywood hopeful. The daughter of a film writer-director and a psychoanalyst, she was drawn not to the movie spotlight, but to the magnetic energy of music. Surrounded by creativity from childhood, she first pursued ballet, but soon found herself enchanted by the seductive twang of a guitar. By high school, Susanna was already a multifaceted artist, balancing painting, film work, and even acting in her mother's film. But college was the turning point. When punk rock erupted onto the scene, Hoffs found her true calling. After seeing the Sex Pistols and the legendary Patti Smith perform live, she knew film could wait. Music was her destiny. Driven by a bold vision to form an all-female band, Susanna placed a simple classified ad that would change her life forever. From her parents' garage in 1980, the Bangles were born, first known as the Colors, before adopting a name inspired by a modish 1960s hairstyle. With Hoffs as the creative leader, she joined forces with Vicky and Debbie Peterson on guitar and drums, and bassist Annette Zelinskas. Their sound was something fresh, a shimmering mix of jangly 1960s folk rock with a distinctly sunny California flair. Hoffs' lead vocals, bright and soulful, gave the band its signature warmth. But the Bangles weren't just about the music. They embodied style and spirit. Their retro fashion and radiant energy made them instant darlings of the Los Angeles music scene. They weren't just musicians, they were redefining what it meant to be women in rock. Their debut album, All Over the Place, 1984, captured their youthful energy and melodic brilliance. Tracks like Hero Takes a Fall and The Real World showcased their knack for storytelling through harmonies and guitar-driven pop. Critics praised them, but major commercial success was still on the horizon. Then came Different Light, 1986, the breakthrough that catapulted the Bangles into global fame. Blending their vintage charm with polished new wave and synth-pop elements, the album struck gold. The lead single, Manic Monday, written by Prince, became a generational anthem. Its playful music video, featuring the band in a whimsical classroom setting, solidified their place in pop culture. But their success didn't stop there. The hauntingly beautiful Eternal Flame, co-written by Susanna, revealed the emotional depth of her songwriting and her powerhouse vocals. And then came Walk Like an Egyptian, an irresistibly fun, quirky hit that took over the world. Susanna's famous sideways glance in the video, born out of stage fright, became one of pop music's most iconic moments. Beyond the hits, the Bangles symbolized empowerment. They were proof that women could dominate the rock scene with both artistry and attitude. Susanna's talent didn't just shape her own band. She also co-wrote songs for other major artists like the Go-Go's and Belinda Carlisle. This is the story of Susanna Hoffs, a visionary who traded ballet slippers for a guitar, transforming not only her own life, but the face of pop rock forever. The Bangles' journey wasn't always smooth sailing. Fame, creative clashes, and the ever-shifting tides of the music industry took their toll. Yet their legacy remains untouchable. Their songs continue to inspire new generations, and every reunion proves their chemistry is as electric as ever. The Bangles were never just a band, they were a cultural force, a symbol of artistic freedom, female empowerment, and timeless music that transcends eras. They redefined cool, leaving an enduring mark on the world of pop and rock. Beyond the Bangles, Susanna Hoffs expanded her creative horizons. She collaborated with artists like Rufus Wainwright, Talking Heads, Travis, and participated in the Lilith Fair tours, lending her vocals to projects alongside Sarah McLachlan, Sean Colvin, and Emmylou Harris. Her musical versatility earned her acclaim, including the 1992 Pro LA Music Award for Best Female Rock Vocalist, a testament to her enduring artistry. But behind the music was a complex personal story. As the Bangles' fame skyrocketed, tensions grew within the group. Frustrations arose over the perception that Susanna was being singled out as the band's frontwoman and receiving preferential attention. While all four members contributed to lead vocals, Hoffs' striking looks, magnetic stage presence, and natural charisma made her the visual centerpiece in music videos and interviews, something that couldn't be avoided in the media-driven 80s. Eventually, internal strain, endless touring, and the overwhelming pressure to maintain their success led to burnout. In 1989, the Bangles officially disbanded. In a 2002 interview, Hoffs reflected that the exhausting tour schedules and pressure from record executives to meet fan expectations had pushed the band past its breaking point. "We were drained," she admitted. "The tours were relentless, and we were afraid of letting people down." When the dust settled, Hoffs embraced her individuality, a true multi-instrumentalist and poet at heart. She poured her emotions into her lyrics, crafting songs about whispered secrets, fleeting love, and late nights under neon lights. Her songwriting was deeply personal, often finding its way into the hearts of fans who scribbled her words into diaries or recorded them onto cherished mixtapes. In 1991, she released her debut solo album, When You're a Boy. Though it didn't reach the same commercial heights as her Bangles era, it showcased a more introspective artist. The single My Side of the Bed climbed to number 40 on the charts, and Q Magazine's Jimmy Nicole praised the album as one that pushed the Bangles' sound into unexplored territory, giving it 4 out of 5 stars. He hailed Hoffs as a gifted songwriter, composer, and wit. Her 1996 follow-up, while again modest in sales, drew critical acclaim. Music critic Stephen Thomas Erlewine of AllMusic described it as her most intimate and personal record to date, an engaging and beautifully melodic collection. Through highs and lows, fame and reinvention, Susanna Hoffs has remained a timeless figure in music, her voice, charm, and artistry continuing to resonate like a melody that never fades. After the disappointing reception of her second solo album, Susanna Hoffs decided to step back from the spotlight. Around this time, her life took a beautiful turn. She met filmmaker Jay Roach on a blind date, and the two quickly formed a deep connection. Their romance blossomed, and they married in 1993. In the mid-1990s, the couple welcomed 2 sons, Jackson and Sam. Even while stepping away from fame, she continued to explore her creativity in unexpected ways. She joined forces with Mike Myers and Matthew Sweet to form the quirky musical group Ming T, which appeared in all 3 Austin Powers films. Their campy, retro performances became instant fan favorites, further showcasing Hoffs' playful spirit and stage charisma. Outside of film, she contributed her distinct voice and songwriting to various projects, collaborating with artists like Travis, Rufus Wainwright, and members of the Lilith Fair Collective. Hoffs also dabbled in acting, taking on roles that reflected her mysterious yet magnetic persona. Whether in a dark thriller or a charming indie production, her presence was undeniable, luminous, elegant, and timeless. Her first notable acting role came in The All-Nighter, 1987, directed by her mother, Tamar Simon Hoffs. Though the film received mixed reviews, it gave Susanna a chance to explore storytelling beyond music. Later in her career, she expanded her artistry once again, not through songs or film, but through writing. In 2023, she published her debut novel, This Bird Has Flown, through Little Brown and Company. The romantic comedy follows a struggling musician finding redemption, love, and meaning through music. The book resonated deeply with readers, weaving together humor, heartbreak, and hope, much like Hoffs' own journey. Critics embraced it warmly. Beatrice Williams of the New York Times praised it as the smart, ferocious, rock chick redemption romance you didn't know you needed. The Los Angeles Times, NPR, and Kirkus Reviews also offered glowing endorsements. Universal Pictures soon acquired the rights for a film adaptation, further cementing Hoffs' status as a creative powerhouse. Indeed, everything Susanna Hoffs touches seems to shimmer with a touch of magic, whether it's a guitar chord, a lyric, or a page from her novel. From the jangly pop sound of the Bangles that defined the 1980s to her later work as a solo artist, actress, and author, her artistic evolution has remained nothing short of inspiring. Following the Bangles' 1989 breakup, The members each pursued their own paths. For Hoffs, however, going solo proved challenging. Without the band's collective energy, her career lost some of its earlier momentum. Balancing her new roles as wife, mother, and creative collaborator, she gradually retreated from public life. But fate and her husband had other plans. Jay Roach, by then an acclaimed film director, suggested that the Bangles reunite. He believed the world still wanted to hear their sound, and he helped make it happen. In 1998, after a decade apart, Susanna reached out to her former bandmates, reigniting their old bond. "I was always calling the girls," she laughed in an interview with The Age's Andrew Murfitt. It drove them absolutely crazy. Their reunion led to a special opportunity, recording a new song for Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, 1999. Roach's upcoming comedy blockbuster. It was the perfect way to reintroduce the Bangles to the world and to remind everyone that their magic, much like Susanna's, never truly faded. When Debbie Peterson, the Bangles' powerhouse drummer and vocalist, rejoined the group, she wasn't alone. Susanna Hoffs, bassist Michael Steele, and lead guitarist Vicki Peterson also returned, reigniting the spark that had once made the band unstoppable. With the original chemistry still alive, the Bangles officially announced their reunion, determined to perform again and create new music together. In 1999, the reformed group recorded Get the Girl, a track that marked a triumphant comeback and reminded the world of their timeless appeal. They also took part in a Beatles tribute organized by legendary producer George Martin and recorded a track for the second Austin Powers film, a fitting nod, given Hoffs' connection to the movie's director, Jay Roach. Their fourth studio album, Doll Revolution, 2003, received glowing reviews from critics for its polished sound and mature songwriting, though commercial success proved elusive. The band toured extensively over the next 4 years, performing alongside other iconic 1980s acts in a series of co-headlining shows that both celebrated their legacy and raised funds for future projects. To release Doll Revolution, the band revived their original indie label, Down Kitty Records, which had first issued their debut single, Getting It Out of Hand, back in 1981. Their follow-up album, Sweetheart of the Sun, 2011, earned even greater critical acclaim, praised for its rich harmonies, shimmering guitars, and introspective lyrics. During this era of creative rebirth, Hoffs continued exploring new artistic paths. Alongside Matthew Sweet, she recorded the acclaimed Under the Covers trilogy, 3 albums of inventive reinterpretations of classic songs from the 1960s through the 1980s. In 2020, she paid a moving tribute to Prince during the Grammy Memorial Ceremony with her haunting performance of Nothing Compares to You. The band's reunion wasn't just about nostalgia, it was about growth and healing. Recognizing that their initial breakup stemmed more from internal tensions than creative limits, Hoffs intentionally stepped back to ensure a true sense of collaboration. Each member shared vocal duties and creative input, reflecting a new spirit of equality and respect. Still, Hoffs' magnetic stage presence and enduring beauty continued to draw attention, making her one of rock's most captivating icons. Now in her 60s, Susanna Hoffs stands as a timeless figure in music and culture. With age has come confidence, wisdom, and a deepening appreciation for her art. Her charm, elegance, and optimism remain as luminous as ever. She has gracefully evolved from pop star to multifaceted artist, an actress, novelist, and musician's musician, all while inspiring generations of women to carve their own paths in the industry. The Bangles' hits, Eternal Flame, Walk Like an Egyptian, and Manic Monday remain cultural touchstones, emblematic of their feminist spirit and their signature fusion of jangly guitars, tight harmonies, and 60s pop flair. Critics often praise their sound as both refreshingly modern and nostalgically familiar, cementing their place as one of the most distinctive acts of their era. Hoffs' artistry has always been rooted in emotion, her voice conveying love, longing, and nostalgia with effortless grace. On stage, her magnetism is undeniable, her movements fluid and expressive, her storytelling sincere. Whether performing on screen or in song, she radiates a cinematic beauty that transcends time. Susanna Hoffs isn't just a rock star, she's a storyteller. Her words, voice, and spirit weave together into something truly rare, a harmony of talent, heart, and timeless allure.